ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहैतुकी। So we are readings from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 48, verse number 22. These are prayers of Sri Akrura, great devotee of Sri Krishna from Mathura. Sri Krishna has promised that he will visit him later on when they arrived in Mathura, and now he went to visit him along with Uddhava and Balram. So Vidura received him very nicely. He embraced him, then he bowed down to him, then he worshipped him with all the Padya, Arghya, Madhuparka, Achmaniya, arti, flower, garland, chandan, everything. And then he recited prayers. So in the prayers he is establishing Krishna as supreme God, creator, maintainer, destroyer. That's what we read last time. So he has knowledge of Krishna as being supreme. So therefore he is praying like that. So in this verse also he speaks, he says, Dehadyupadher anurupitatvad bhavon sakshan bhidatmane syat ato na bandhastavanaiva mokshaha syatam nikamastvai no vivekaha. So he says, Dehadyupadher anurupitatvat. So, bhavon sakshat na bhidatmane syat. That your body is not an upadhi. So, upadhi means something which is not part of the swarupa. That is called upadhi, which is near and exercises some influence. That is what we call as upadhi. And upadhi is very important because people are very much into upadhi. Upadhi also means designation. People want some upadhi, some post, some name, position. Then they feel that they are somebody. So without upadhi you feel like you are nobody. So wherever you go you want some upadhi. You put a name plate. Now if you work in an office you have to hang that in your neck. That is your upadhi. So everybody knows who are you. So but we should also know that upadhi is not part of our swarupa. Adhi, vyadhi, upadhi, samadhi. They are all outside. People are very fond of talking about samadhi. Samadhi is also not part of the swarupa. Samadhi is also outside. Chitta vritti nirodha. So chitta vritti is outside, right? Chitta vritti is not inside the Atma. Should be clear about it. So because we are very much steeped into our upadhi, then we are very happy when something is spoken about upadhi. So just like if you have a crystal and you put a lotus flower, red lotus flower next to the crystal will appear reddish in color. And if you do not know that it is actually reflecting the color of the lotus, you will think that this crystal itself is red. But crystal is not red. So like that, the Atma is there and body is there, and they are juxtaposed. So they are samaya. Remember this word came, samaya. So they are together. So they are buddies, body buddies. And they are such buddies that they have become one. True friendship is like when they say that we are two bodies and one body. Right? That is the truth. So we are one soul, two bodies. So like that, body and soul, they become one, completely inseparable. So we do not think of ourselves as separate from the body. We are so much into upadhi. Like if you have never seen that crystal without the lotus flower, you will never know that it is actually not reddish in color. You will think, you will bet on it because you have never seen it separate. So upadhi is very important. And many of the spiritual paths, they are all related with upadhi only. Because that is very attractive. since we are so much steeped into our upadhi, then if we have to be told something spiritual, then we have to tell you through the upadhi only. Because without upadhi you will not listen, you will not care. So much talk of the upadhi that even to teach you the highest reality, we have to go through upadhi only. So this is called avap and udvap. There is a process of avap and udvap. That first you impose something on another thing, then you explain, and then you say, now I remove it. Like in the Smarta Vidhi of Puja, you invite the deity, like when they do Durga Puja, Ganesh Puja, so they invite the deity of the puja is over, then throw him in the river or pond, like this big Visarjan. So Avahan and Visarjan. First invite, and then, so what is the fun? You may say, why did they invite? So in between some process was done. So like that, it is a big problem if we have to explain to somebody about Atma, he will not understand. So you start with body. So you say, do asana, do pranayam, then pratyahar, then dharana, then dhyan, then samadhi. So then you come to samadhi, get rid of the upadhi, and then tatah drashta swarupe avasthan. Then you become situated in yourself. So whole process, 8 steps. So like that in Tantra so much, all these types of processes, this yoga, that yoga, Kundalini yoga, then Kundalini also, chakra. So go from one chakra to chakra. You know what is chakra? What is chakra? Chakra means rotate. So they put you into the chakra. So now you rotate in it. And you are very happy because with chakra you get some fun, like you go on a ferry wheel. That is a chakra. Ferry wheel is the chakra. So they said these are energy chakras, energy centers. But you are not the energy. You have nothing to do with these chakras. So then you get... So this way, why it is done? So that you come back from all your wanderings of the mind, here, there, going all over the place, get into this chakra, body, upadhi. From upadhi to samadhi. And then give up that also. So most of the paths are like this only bhakti is free from that. But bhakti people do not understand. So then bhakti also they bring the same thing. This chakra, that chakra, right? So then people are happy. But actually what is being described is only priti. And priti is no chakra. So therefore he says that you are not having the upadhi. Dehadi upadher nirupitatvat. That there is nobody has described your upadhi. Nirupan means to describe. Anurupitatvat, it is not described. It cannot be, because you don't have this. Bhavo na shaksha, therefore you don't have birth. Because birth, death, all these Shadvikaras, asti jayate, vardhati parinamte, apakshiyate, vinashyati cha. So these vikaras, these transformations are all in the upadhi. So much Shastra, big description only because of the upadhi. All so much, all this Sankhya, start from Prakriti, then Mahatattva, then Ahankara, then senses, manas, this, all upadhi. The real thing is the Purusha, but to reach there you have to talk about upadhi. Everywhere. Upadhi, upadhi, upadhi. And if we don't talk about it, then what is this? So that is the first thing he says, that you are not having any upadhi. So then we impose upadhi on Bhagavan also. And upadhi also means something which limits you. Savai anantai kalpate. So Jiva can spread, just like if you have a light here and you break these walls, the light will go all around. It can go to unlimited lengths. But you put the wall, then it becomes limited. So that wall is upadhi. That's what Mayavad people explain. Ghatachin, Ghanachinna Marka. So Ghatakas, Matakas. So the Akasha becomes limited by it. So like that the Atma becomes limited. It's Dharma Bhut Gyan and Dharmi Bhut Gyan. So Dharmi Bhut Gyan gets limited. It cannot spread. So Dehadi Upadher Anirupitatvat Bhavo na Sakshat. So there is no Janma for you. Na Bhidat Manah Syat. So you are separate from the, you are not separate from your Atma. Na Bhida Atmana Syat. Because he is Atma only. So his body, his Atma, they are not like Upadhi and body is separate, he is separate. There is nothing like that for him. And ato na bandhas na tab naiva moksha. Therefore there is no bondage for you and there is no liberation. Baddha mukta iti vyakhya gunata mena vastata. Gunasya maya mulatvan na moksha na bandhana. Krishna himself says. So this bondage and so-called liberation is only because of the upadhi. Birth, death, all these things. So Krishna does not have, but then we say he is also taking now, Janmashtami is coming. So he also was born. So that is his Leela. So Nikamastvaino avivekaha. So those who think like this, that is because of aviveka. Not knowing the distinction, not knowing that he is different from us, he is not like us, and he does not have the distinction of body and Atma. So Bhidatmana Syat. So we have to know that, because people equate ourselves also to Bhagavan. So he is bringing this distinction. Nanu meyadi avidya nasti tada atma deho ayam avidyakah kuta ayatah. So earlier he had said that you do not have avidya. He was explaining in previous sloka. So now Bhagavan is asking, Krishna is asking to Vidura that if I don't have avidya, then how is that I have body? Because body is a product of avidya. Avidya, asmita, rag, dvesh, abhinivesh. So all this come from avidya. Tad atma deho, I am avidyaka kutayata. So if I don't have avidya, from where I have got this body? Tatraha dehaditi. So then he speaks. Tav dehadi upadher anurupitatvat. So he says that no person who knows Shastra has described that you have this body. Tav dehadi rupadhir avidyaka iti kairapi shastrajnai na nirupita iti artha. So those who know the Shastra, because he is Shastrayoni, Shastrayonitvat. Krishna can be known only from Shastra. Because if he does not have upadhi, then how are we going to know him? Because we know only those things which have upadhi. Because we only know through our body, which is itself an upadhi. And if you are trying to know things through a product of upadhi or that which is an upadhi, it can only tell you about other upadhis. It cannot, therefore he is called adhokshaja. So people say, if there is God, show me God. It's not possible. You don't have the samarthya. So you don't have divya chakshu to see. You don't even have shastra chakshu. So now we can only see through the eye of the shastra. So shastra is teaching us which we cannot know by other means. Tadeva vedasya vedata. So that which cannot be known by any other means, yastu upayo na vidyate. Tam vidanti vedena tateva vedasya vedata. This is the vedatva, the vedaness of the Veda. This is the characteristic, this is the essential characteristic of the Veda, that it teaches you something which cannot be known by any other pramana, by any other means of knowledge. So, agyat gyapaka. So that's why he says that even those who have knowledge of Shastra, they have not described Krishna's body as material. And if they are describing his body as material, that means they don't know Shastra. Because Krishna himself says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvataha. Right? Bahuni me janmani. So many births have you taken, but you don't know them. Tanyam veda, natvam vedha parantapa. So janma karam cha me divyam. So he is not like us, although he may appear like this. We make paintings, we make deity forms like that. So therefore he says, Tav dehadi upadhir avidyaka iti kairapi shastragyair na nirupita ityartha. It has not been described by anyone who knows Shastra. Ateva tav na bhavaha jivavat samsaro janma va naiva syat. So therefore he denies that you have bhava. Bhava word is used two important meanings or popular meanings. One is bhava, samsara. This material world is called bhava. Bhavo hi bhava karanam. So bhava is the cause of bhava. Yam vapi smaran bhavam. So because you have bhava to live here, so therefore you remain in the samsara. So bhava karanam, the cause of the samsara, is the bhava. And bhava also means birth. Bhava is also name of Shiva. Bhavo bhavatu bhavyaya. Nyaya Siddhanta Muktavali in the beginning, right? So bhava is also Bhavani, is why bhava Bhavani. So bhavaha, so tav na bhava jivat samsaro. Therefore, since you do not have the body or you are as a product of avidya, therefore you are not having any samsara. You are not bound, because samsara runs on the karma. Karma is part of body. Avidya kam karma. Avidya karma sanyaka. So there is ignorance. From ignorance comes raga and dvesha. Right? Our friends, we all know them. All the time we have that, right? Raga, dvesha, wherever we go, these two guys go with us. They don't leave. We also don't leave them. It's not that they don't leave us. We are also clinging to them. Otherwise we will feel lonely. We don't have them. What will we do? If you don't have raga and dvesa, what will you do? So they keep you busy. So therefore from avidya, then raga dvesa, then everything else comes after that. Then you become busy for raga, you have to get this, for dvesha, you have to smash it, to give it up, right? So then karma, and then karma is the seed for next body. Prarabdha karma, aprarabdha karma, kriyaman karma, sanchit karma, agami karma, so many different divisions of karma. So then whole karma kanda is there. So kim karma kim akarveti kavyapyatra mohita tatte karma pravakshami yajgatva moksha se suvat. So he says you do not have that. Or bhava means janma. So you don't have birth also. So birth means like us. So Krishna takes birth, that is his appearance, that is not birth. That's why he says it is divya. Bhavami atma maya. So he comes by his own ichha. Maya means ichha also, by his grace, by his power, by his desire. Tavapi dehadir avidyako yadi bhavet tadatvam swatantre api jivtulya eva janmadinam janmadiman eva syat. So he says if your body was also made of avidya, then you will not have independence. Even if you are swatantra, then you will be like Jiva, Jiva-tulya eva, and Janmadi-man eva. Then you will also have birth, then you will also have death, and then you will also have old age, and then sickness. All the problems will come, which are product of avidya. Atastav dehader upadhitva bhavat. So therefore your body, your mind, your senses, they are not product of upadhi. Upadhitva bhavat. Jivavat sakshat patrika dhatuka dhatu sambandham janma nasyat. So your birth is not because of the product of patrik dhatu, means from the father's semen. Kintu avirbhavatmakam eva janma bhavet. But your birth is only an avirbhava. So avirbhava means appearance. So he has the power that he can make himself appear or disappear. So that's what he does. So that Avirbhav is called birth. Nar-līlā, that's why it's called Nar-līlā. So Lokvattu Līlā Kavalyam. So he acts like people of the world, material world. Deha dehi vibhagvatra neshvare vidyate kvachit iti yukte. Statement from Varaha Purana, not found in the present editions. So he says that there is no distinction or division of body and embodied in case of Bhagavan. So this type of duality does not exist in him. So it is wrong to think like that. Atastav brahmatvad eva avidya vidyabhyam atitasya. And therefore, because you are Brahman, so therefore you are beyond vidya and avidya. Because vidya and avidya both are part of what? Part of Prakriti. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. From Sattva comes Vidya. Sattvat sanjayate jnana. From Tamas comes Avidya. So, moha ajnanam evacha. So moha, nagyana, avidya comes from tamas. It's like when you are about to fall asleep, then you cannot remember things. So because tamas is coming, so you forget, and then you fall. When you are in sleep, there is more tamas, covering of tamas. Sometimes you are sitting in the class and you feel little sleepy, right? So it is little cloud of tamas which enters in your head, and you cannot hear or understand what is going on, right? So that is how tamas works. Tamas is like a cloud. It covers your awareness. So then your senses cannot function. When sattva is there, then the senses see things as they are. Sardvarani. So all the dwaras means senses, they are also called gates, because all the sensations enter inside through the senses. So they are like dwara. Dwara also means the means. So you enter inside through the gate. So that's how it goes. So he says that you are atita, you are beyond. So there is something beyond Prakriti also, and that is Atma, Paramatma, Brahman. So mam chevya vicharana bhakti yogana sevita sagunan samtityetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So gunan samatitya brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So to have experience of Brahman, you have to go beyond the gunas. So Bhagavan is Brahman, so he is beyond the gunas. So sattvam, rajas, tamas, sattvam nacha kala vikrama. So there is sattva, rajas, tamas, all these things. They are not there. Sattva, rajas, tama iti prakritir na atmano guna. Sattva, rajas, tamas, these are not the gunas of Atma. They are gunas of Prakriti. So therefore it says gunatita. Naiv bandho, naiv moksha. So therefore there is no bandhan and there is no moksha for you. Ulu khale matra nibaddhasya kaliya hradan muktasya mam bandha moksho satai chet. And Krishna is giving an argument that why do you say that there is no bandhan for me? I was bound by my mother in the ropes to the mortar. And why do you say that there is no moksha for me? I was caught in the coils of snake, Kaliya, but I got released from that, so there was freedom. So I also have bondage, I also have moksha. Why do you speak like this? So iti chet syatam tau. So then he says, tau tu te na nishiddhyate iti bhava. So he says, ulukhale matra nibaddhasya kali hradan muktasya mam bandha moksha staiti chet syatam tau. Says, let these be two. They are not denied. Kutastvai sa bandha sa moksha chano asmakam bhaktanam. So he says, those are not like bondage or release for you. That is just your lila. So bhaktanam nikamo dhyatvad abhishtaye. Why? Because these are objects of meditation for us devotees. Because when Krishna was bound by the ropes to the mortar, at that time also he liberated these two brothers, right? So Nalkubar and Manigriva. So if he was actually himself bound, then how could he liberate them? So means he was bound by the ropes of prema. So he says that is not a problem. that everybody wants. So therefore devotees, they meditate on that. And if they meditate, then it cannot be a bondage, because the object of meditation cannot be something which is conditioned, bound, etc. So, yato vivekah sa bandho mokshascha viveka eva maikatva bhavat. So he says that yato vivekah sa bandha mokshascha viveka eva. So that from which you do not have viveka, that is called bondage, and liberation is to have viveka. But in your case, it is not so, because it is not maika, your Gyan Swarupa. Gyan Swarupasya tav tu nata tav agyan sango bandha moksha utyartha. Because you are Gyan Swarupa, it was also said earlier, so therefore these things do not exist in you. So that's why meditating on Krishna, even if he is bound by the ropes, etc., or by Kali's coils, you become liberated by meditating on him. Why? Because he is Gyan Swarupa. Then next sloka. Tvayoditoyam jagato hitaya yatha yada veda patha puranaha badhyate pakhanda pathairasadbhis tada bhavan sattva gunam vibharti. So he says that you have propagated this path of the Vedas, which is oldest Veda Patha Purana. And why have you done it? Jagato hitaya. For the welfare of the society. You have given the path of the Vedas, path of knowledge. So Veda knowledge, Veda also means to attain, to achieve, vidli labhe, by which you achieve. The ultimate goal is Veda. And tvaya uditoyam, it is you who have brought into existence, have spoken it. But whenever this is covered by the pakhanda patha, by the hypocritical processes, badhyate pakhanda pathair asadbhi, by asat people, by ignorant materialistic people, so then you come and accept your body or manifest your body. Bhavan sattva gunam vibharti. So vibharti means like to hold or to accept. It does not mean that he did not have the body. It means that you become manifest at that time here. So bhavan sattva gunam vibharti. So that means his coming is for our benefit. Tadevam gunatita swarupa lilo api tvam dharma marga rakshaya sishta jan palanartham sattva gunam pushnan avirbhavasi itya. So although you are gunatita, you are beyond the gunas of prakriti, and you perform pastime while being situated in your swarupa, but you appear here for the protection of the dharma marga, the path of dharma. So dharma sanstapana arthaya sambhavami yuga yuga. So to establish dharma and sishta jan palanartha, and to protect the devotees, paritranaya sadhanam vinasaya duskritam. So sattva gunam pushnan avirbhavasi. How do you do this? That you nourish sattva guna. So jaykaletu sattvasya devarsin raksaso suran tamso yaksha rakshamsi tatkalo anguno bhajat. So correspondingly he empowers. When he wants to protect, then he empowers sattva. Means people who are in sattva, devatas, sages, rishin, devarshin. When time for confusion, deviation, then yaksha, raksha, they become powerful. Time for destruction, asuras. So this is how the time cycle goes on. Day, night, day, night. So when it's time for him to establish it, then he strengthens sattva and he becomes manifest in Vishuddha Sattva. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Sabditam Yatra Iyase Pumana Pavrita. So he is Vishuddha Sattva, therefore he manifests as son of Vasudeva, because Vasudeva means Vishuddha Sattva. That's what Vasudeva means. So that's why he takes birth from him. Tvaya udita uktaha, you have spoken the Vedas, Vedapatha, Dharma Marga, Purana, Prachina. And Vedapatha is the path of Dharma, and Purana means Prachin, the old. Sattvam prabhodya vasudeva grihe vatirna swam sena bharam apnetum ihasi bhume akshahani satvadhena suretaram ragyam amusya chakulasya yashovitanvan. So sattvam prabhodya vasudeva grihe avatirna swam sena. He says, now you have descended in the house of Vasudeva in your sattva form, and you have appeared here along with your Amsa, that is Sri Balaram, along with Balaram you have come here. And why have you come here? Bhume bharam apnetum ihasi. So to take away the burden of earth. So what is the burden? So burden is, adharmic people are burden. Just like if in somebody's family there is someone who does not listen to the family, does things which creates disturbance, so then he looks like a burden. Or if somebody is in the ashram causing disturbance, then it becomes a burden. So similarly, on the earth also, when people do not follow Vedapatha, which is established by Bhagavan himself, then earth becomes burdened by that. Means the peace is destroyed, everybody feels discomfort, people cannot live happily. So then Bhagavan has to come to fix it. Right? Management has to take care, some problem comes. And so he is the manager, maintaining. Maintenance is necessary. In the Vaikuntha is not needed because there such problems don't arise. Everything keeps running. So he has to come here to maintain. And there things run without any problem. So Akshohini Shatvadhena Suretaramsa Ragyam. So these kings who are demoniac, Suraitara, other than the Suras, so they will be killed, you will kill them, Akshoni Satam, lot of hundreds of Akshoni. Because there are only two ways to fix things. One is, disturbance caused by people. One is that you teach them and they can listen to you. And if that does not work, then either you remove the head or you twist the head. Only two things. Either you change the head by giving instruction. That is one way. And if that does not work, then remove the head. because all the problem starts from the head only. So then the hands, legs, they cannot do anything. So he came and he just removed the heads, the kings, who are the heads of the heads. So he says, Suretharamsa Ragyam Amushyacha Kulasya Yasho Vitanman. And in this way, you will spread the fame of this dynasty, because it is Akrura who is speaking and Krishna is his nephew. So this is also bringing glory to their family, to their dynasty, that Krishna has appeared one among them. So he is happy about that. Swamsena Ramena Saha. So you have appeared along with your Amsa, means along with Balaram. Suretaramsa ye Raja, Rajana. So ye Rajana, the kings who are Suretara. Sura means Devas and Suretara means Asuras. So who are like Asuric type of Devas. Dav Bhut Sargo Lokesmin Daiva Asura Evacha. So two types of people are there. There are divine people and then there are Asuric people. So Asuric people are the one who creates disturbance for themselves and for others. So Tesham Akshohuni Shatasya Vadhena Bhumer Bharap Apnetu. So he is going to kill, because he has not killed yet. He has killed some Asuras, Kamsa and all his followers, but more will be killed. Kurukshetra. He gathered everyone there. That was his mission, to get rid of them. Pandavas have to go through the tapasya for that. And then he came and he was sitting in the chariot watching all this. And then both sides fight. Go. So that's how he removes the burden. Bhumer bharam apnetu. And then Adyeshanovastaya khalu bhuri bhaga ya sarva deva pitri bhuta nirdeva murtihi yat pada shaucha salilam trijagat punati satvam jagad guru radhokshajaya pravishtaha. So Adya Isha Novastaya Khalu Bhuri Bhaga. He says, now our residents have become very auspicious, fortunate, because you have stepped here, you have put your foot here. So who are you? Sarvadeva Pitri Bhuta Nirdeva Murti. You are the personification of all the Devas, Pitris, Bhutas, kings, everybody. Everybody is in you. And your feet are so auspicious that the water which washes these feet purifies the three worlds, Trijagata Punati. Because Gangaji is coming from his feet, and Gangaji comes from above down. So purifies. And Satvam Jagat Guru, you are the Jagat Guru. So who is Jagat Guru? Akrura is saying here, he says, Satvam Jagat Guru. You are the Jagat Guru. This word is used, noted down, because many people say this is Jagat Guru, that is Jagat Guru. Here is Jagat Guru. Adhokshaja ya pravishta. So you have entered in my house, therefore my house has become very auspicious. So wherever there is Krishna, there is auspiciousness. Wherever there is temple, deities, Shalagram, Sila, Bhagavatam. In Bhagavat Mahatmya it is described that wherever Bhagavatam is there, that house is auspicious. The Kali cannot enter there. So Krishna has put his feet in the house of Akrura, therefore Akrura is very happy. Ya vasatihi sa eva tvam pravishtaha. So that Vasati or residential quarters of Akrura. So he has entered into that. And Yastvam Sarva Vedadi Murti. And who are you? You are the Murti, personification of all the Vedas, Devas. Here it says Veda, but I think there it says Deva. Sarva Deva. In any case, he is the personification of everything. So that is the end of verse 25, and we will stop here if there is any question. Yes.
In the very beginning you spoke about the upadhis, and that we are so used to upadhis, that bhakti is also explained through upadhis. Could you give an example of how you or other teachers explain bhakti through the use of upadhis?
No, upadhi means all the stories of like human-like stories, and then people get entangled in those stories and forget the essence. That's why he's saying you are not the upadhi. Why is he saying this? Because people get stuck in this also. Krishna is also having a body. He was also born. Then gopis are not married to him, and they are meeting and they are doing this, they are doing that. This is the Upadhi-līlā. But through that, prema is being described. But then people get stuck in that. That's what I mean. Anything else? Yes, Gus. Who is that Gus?
Hi, Babaji. So you're talking about chakras. So what's the purpose of the chakra, and does it have any connection to the ego?
To what?
Ego. The ego?
Everything is connected to ego. In this body, everything is connected to the ego. When you are in the lower chakra, then your ego is connected to the lower activities, food and sex. The lowest is food, next one Swadhisthana chakra, that is sex. Muladhara is food. Then you rise above that, then your ego gets stuck there, then above. Now people are fixed on the lower two chakras, therefore so much food, so much sex. That's the modern civilization. Lower two chakra. How much food is available now? And how much people are obsessed with food? So this is ego. Obsession is with your ego. Malati, you have something else?
So what's the purpose of the chakra? It just exists in the body?
Yeah, body has its own constitution. Purpose is like in body there are so many things. Just like you have a machine, like if you have a computer and you open it inside, see how many wires and circuits are there. So it works because of that. So our body is a very complex thing. You get thought in your mind, then your hand moves. So there has to be a circuit for that. Your eyes sees something and the mouth waters, and then hand goes and opens the fridge. So there has to be some arrangement for all this communication to happen. So these are all related with that. They are all chakras and energy centers. The centers are also awareness, your awareness at different levels. And that's what I said, that when your awareness is bound, so that the 5 tattvas are there, earth, water, fire, air, ether. It's also related. Then mind. then ahankara. So they're all, because the soul is tied to this body and through the chakras. These are the centers through which he gets tied. Energy, prana is there. It's a very complicated system.
Thank you, Babaji.
Malati Manjari.
Babaji, what Akrura says here, also about what Krishna is going to do in the future, like relieving the earth of the burden or that, does he know that from Narada Muni's prediction, or from where does he know that?
Akrura is also great devotee. He has got some insight. How does he know that he is creating, maintaining, if he can know that much? If he knows that he is the creator, and he knows that he is the maintainer, and he knows that he is the destroyer. He already said that in the previous class. So it's not a big thing. Srajasi yatho lumpasi pasi vishvam rajastama sattu gunaisu sakti bhi. Said that. Verse number 21.
He already had this notion when he came to Raj, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. He already knew that they were Bhagavan. So the need to all knew from this notion.
Yeah.
Because he's a Parshava, not everybody has this knowledge.
Yeah, he has he's a Parshada with Aishwarya Gyan. Okay, Sandeep.
So when in the Gita, Bhagavan says to Arjuna that I am giving you this extra, but before that he's already spoken to him about all these 10 chapters, duties, about his duties, and also he said that I am Samasya Prabhu. He would have might as well said that I am giving you Shastra Chakshu. He might as well could have said I am giving you Shastra Chakshu because he had given all that knowledge prior to giving him Divya Chakshu. Why he is saying Divya Chakshu that day?
Divya Chakshu is to see his universal form. Because
But before that he's given all, he said about his duties and everything, no?
yeah, that is only description in words. Now he wants to show that you can actually see it.
Okay, so what you mentioned, Shastra Chakshu is for us who don't have Divya Chakshu.
Yes. First Shastra Chakshu, then Sadhana, then Divya Chakshu.
Okay.
Mohini.
Can you maybe please tell what the other chakras relate to? You say that the lower two chakras relate to...
You want to get now involved in the chakras?
No, I just want to know to what they relate and what is the process to come out of it.
Process is bhakti. And you don't have to worry about anything. If you follow bhakti, you are free from chakra. Because it is Krishna who is holding the Sudarshan chakra. Okay.